No one here.
Don't fancy his chances now.
Sons of the Harpy. They want to put a collar back on my neck.
Your Grace, a word, please, I beg you.
About what?
About your father. About the Mad King.
The Mad King. Your hate reminds me of my enemy's lies. Consider me reminded.
I served in his King's Guard. When the people rose in revolt against him, your father set their towns and castles aflame. He murdered sons in front of their fathers and laughed as they screamed.
I'm not my father.
No, Your Grace. Thank the gods.
I will not have the son of the Harpy executed without a fair trial.
Hey.
Cersei has offered a lordship to the man who brings her your head. Are we really going to spend the entire road to Volantis talking about the futility of everything?
You're right, no point. The road to Volantis. You said we were going to Meereen. What's in Volantis?
The road to Meereen. You were quite good, you know, at ruling during your brief tenure as Hand. And they will never follow us. They find us repulsive.
I find us repulsive.
And we find them repulsive, which is why we surround ourselves with large, comfortable boxes to keep them away.
How many dwarves are there in the world?
Is Cersei going to kill them all?
Not him.
In light of your position as commander of the Lannister armies, it would please the king if you would serve as his master of war. No man living better deserves the title.
I returned to the capital to pay my respects to my brother, and to you, and to serve the king. I did not return to the capital to serve as your puppet. I do not recognize your authority to dictate what is and is not my concern. You are the Queen Mother, nothing more.
Did you know that the youngest Lord Commander in history, Osric Stark, was elected at the age of 10?
I know S. You'll learn, I promise.
You need to stay away from that girl.
Why?
She's a wildling.
Her name's Gilly. She's nice. I'm teaching her how to read.
I ordered Mance Rayder burnt at the stake. You prevented that order from being carried out. You showed mercy to Mance Rayder.
With respect, Your Grace, the Free Folk will never follow you, no matter what you do. You're the man who burned their king alive. Who then? You?
Only one of their own.
Bear Island knows no king but the king in the north, whose name is Stark.
Tonight, the Night's Watch elects a new Lord Commander. Sir Alistair Thorne is going to win.
Most likely.
Unpleasant man. He thinks you're a traitor.
Your bravery made him look weak. I don't know what I have left to give you. You can give me the north. Even if I wanted to, I'm a bastard. The snow. Kneel before me. Lay your sword at my feet. Pledge me your service and you'll rise again as Jon Stark, Lord of Winterfell.
Oh.
I couldn't be happier for you.
I'm gonna refuse him. I swore a vow to the Night's Watch. If I don't take my own words seriously, what sort of Lord of Winterfell would I be?
Jon. He makes one bad decision after another.
If there's no one else, we will begin the voting. Each
Mr.
brother
Raymond.
will- Go on.
Oh, shut up.
Slayer. Her name is Gilly. Brother Slint knows her quite well. They cowered together in the larder during the battle for the wall.
Lies!
A wildling girl, a baby, and Lord Jan. I found him there after the battle was over, in a puddle of his own making. Took charge of the wall's defence. He killed the Magna of the Thenns. He went north to deal with Mance Rayder, knowing it almost certainly meant his own death. He may be young, but he's the commander we turned to when the night was darkest.
But who does Jon Snow want to command? Night's Watch or the Wildling?
It's not going to be Jon.
Appears to be a tie, Master.
Have it. Oh, she's back to hunting pigeons again.
You. I said.
Turn around and go. Nothing's worth anything to dead men.
Quickly, go. Go!
I think that's him. Oh, I do, because he can do the change. You know, he's a changeling, isn't he?
Why were they scared of you?
You lost this.
I knew it.
Well, who are you then?
No one. And that is who a girl must become.
So you're going to start training to be like him? That'd be awesome. Oops. Shouldn't have done that.
Why?
Ashe, Misa.
Drivi mi jetta. Guragon jazdano. Glyson eochani sostaur. Sirion dros.
Trying to kill him.
Ingilere.
Morgen Issa.
You shouldn't do it. That was stupid, wasn't it? The dragon. Holy shit.
Dragon.
Oh my god. So cute. Oh wow. And that was episode 2, season 5, The House of the Black and White. Definitely a step up from the first episode. I enjoyed this one a lot more. So Cersei receives a sort of a threatening message. I think it was her daughter's necklace around the head of a viper, which was a signal to say that her daughter's in danger, basically in Dorne. So she kicked off at Jaime, and now Jaime's made the promise that he'll go to Dorne and rescue her. So he's going on an adventure, which I'm so glad about that, because if he'd stayed around in King's Landing, it would have been really annoying. And to make things even better, and this is so sweet, he's taking Bronn with him. It's just going to be, it's another twosome. That's going to be so cool. Those two are going to be brilliant together, I think. Can't wait to see this adventure. This is really good. And we went to Dorne, and a new character who's from Deep Space Nine. Yeah, check me out, I'm such a nerd. And he is there. Is he the king? I think he's the king, or whatever. But he's the leader. And Oberyn's, I don't know if his wife or whatever it was, but his partner, basically was trying to make him sort of start a war and invade the Lannister, invade King's Landing. And he's like, no, we're not doing that. And she also suggested that posting bits of her daughter to her bit by bit. And again, he said no. So I don't know where this is going with that now. But as I said, they've introduced a new character, so this is going to be interesting. And Cersei held a council meeting, high council meeting, and she was dishing out the new kind of titles to everyone. And it came to her uncle, and he refused to take his title and said he wants to hear it from Tommen, and he's going back to Casterly Rock. And until he hears from Tommen himself, then he doesn't want any part of it. So again, someone snubbing Cersei, which I love so much, especially when you see her face. So that'd be quite interesting. I don't think she's going to get, I don't know, I mean, would she do something to her own uncle? I'm not sure. Don't know, because he's still quite a powerful guy, you know, you kind of got that from him, so I'm not sure if she's going to, if she's going to leave, or if she's going to try something crazy. We're at the wall, and Stannis has made Jon a proposition, and I thought it was a fantastic proposition, that he will change his name to Jon Stark. I can't even say it, it's so weird. He'll change his name to Jon Stark and make him Lord of Winterfell if he can get, I think it's a lot of the houses in the north won't join Stannis, I think that's why I got it right, but they would follow Jon if he was a Stark. And I think that's the idea for Stannis. He wants the north on his side, and it's quite difficult to do it when you're not from the north, but obviously Jon has that kind of contact, and if he was an actual Stark as well, that would change things as well. But he was also, a vote was put for leader of the Night Watch, and it was between Thorne and some other old dude. And right at the last second, Sam suddenly stood up and nominated Jon. You can see Jon going, no, please don't. But he nominated him, and Jon won. So now, I don't know what's going to happen now, because I think Jon will probably turn down Stannis' proposition and be head of the Night's Watch, which Thorne is not going to stand for at all. And another thing, Sam called out what's his face again for hiding in the cupboard several times in the space of one paragraph. It was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. We went to Braavos and saw Arya found the House of the Black and White, which is, I would never have guessed that. Obviously, it's a brand new building. So she knocked the door, and the person that knocked the door said that the person she was looking for, I don't remember his name, Jaqen H'ghar. See, he never knew that person, so she just stayed on the steps right through the night. It was chucking it down with rain. She even threw the coin away in the end, and she went into the city and nearly got ambushed by these 3 guys. And just as they were about to kind of approach her, they suddenly ran away when they saw this figure come from behind her. and it was the figure that had refused her entry before. And then when he took her back to the House of the Black and White, he revealed himself as Jaqen H'ghar. And I thought it was him, to be honest, even when he opened the door. But initially I thought it was him. So, I think he said to her something like, "You've got to be no one to come in," or something like that. So this is going to be really interesting now if he's going to start teaching her his ways. It's going to make her a real hard ass. I mean, she's pretty hard as it is. But yeah, this is going to be really cool. I've been a bit of Tyrion and Varys in the like a trailer on their way to Volantis, which I think is on the way to Meereen. I love those scenes with those two because the writing is so good and they're such fantastic actors. And they bounce off of each other really well. And yeah, I mean, I can really take a lot from it, but basically Varys was kind of trying to reassure Tyrion that he could be a really good leader. Because he did really well as Hand of the King back in King's Landing. And it was just a one scene, but yeah, it was still cool nonetheless. And in Meereen, Sons of the Harpy are the rebel group that don't want Daenerys there, and they managed to capture one of them, Grey Worm Daario, I think it was, that captured him, and he was sent to Daenerys, and she wanted a fair trial because she didn't want to end up like I think it was her father was the Mad King, wasn't he? So she wanted a fair trial, but unfortunately, I think before the trial started, Massador, I think his name is, he is what I think he must have been one of the slaves, I think, that were freed. I think, can't remember, I'm not sure on that, but he actually killed him while he was in his cell. And when Daenerys got him in front of her, he said he did it for her, but obviously she didn't want that. She didn't want to look bad in front of everyone, so she did the stupidest thing. She executed him in front of everyone, which was the worst thing to do because everyone, thousands of people, were begging her for mercy and to not kill him. And she does do some stupid things, and that was a really stupid thing because the minute she did it, everyone started hissing, and it was really scary. And then they started throwing stones. So it was almost an ambush, and she had to get out of there really quick because she would have been stoned because they were just throwing stones left, right, and centre. So that ended really badly for her. And she walked out onto her veranda at night, and she could hear like a noise from above her. And she looked up, and it was the massive dragon, the huge one. I think his name's Drogon. Yeah, Drogon. Drogon the dragon. That's original. And he is huge, absolutely massive. Obviously, still remembers her because she tried to reach out to him, but there's a detachment there now. It's not the same as it was before. And he sort of sniffed the hand, and then he just flew off. So I don't know if that's a good sign or not. I guess he's back, but we'll see. I guess we'll see if she's going to get that attachment again. Would be nice, but yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a really good episode, and I can't wait to get into 3 and 4. This is when it starts to pick up again. Yeah, absolutely can't wait. So yeah, like I said before, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, hit the bell, like, and all that malarkey, and I shall see you in episode 3. Don't know what it's called because it's not on my screen, but I will see you in episode 3, and until then, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye.